Shalom, this is Hakham Melech ben Ya'aqov of Karaite Insights, and we are out here in the middle of nature, and there's a beautiful waterfall behind us. And if I'm speaking a little bit loud or shouting, it's because I'm trying to talk over the noise of the waterfall behind us. Now, what I'd like to talk to you about today is what I would call, or what I would put in the category of advice for living life. Now, I don't want to sound condescending or pandering or anything along those lines, so no, you can go ahead. Go right ahead. It's no big deal. I don't want to sound condescending or pandering or anything along those lines. So I won't call it advice, I'll say, or advice to another person. I'll say it's advice for myself, things that I try to follow in my own life, things that I've noticed, and hopefully maybe it will speak to you too. And there are two things that I'd like to talk about. The first thing that I'd like to talk about is the idea of being a producer rather than a consumer in life. This is something that I speak to about all the people around me constantly, ad nauseum, till they really can't stand it anymore. So, oh well, tough luck. But the idea is, as children of the West, as people who had the dubious privilege of growing up in the West, we, from a very early age, were used to being consumers. And I don't just mean consumers of products, although that certainly is at play, but I mean consumers of things like television, video games, movies. The way this whole conversation arose is I was speaking to my good friend Yona, and he mentioned a reference from the cartoon The Jetsons, and I thought back to my childhood about how when I was in elementary school I would rush home from school every day to get home in time so I could see The Jetsons. And that's all fine and dandy, but as I think back about it, or as I've thought back about it over the years, I actually regret it. I regret that I wasted so much time on something so meaningless and so stupid as a cartoon. I regret all of the hours that I spent in front of the television set, all the times that I spent in the movie theater. Not all the times. It's okay to see television once in a while. It's okay to watch a movie once in a while. It's okay to be a consumer once in a while, but not the massive amounts of time that the typical Westerner, the typical American, and the typical Israeli kid does as well. So what do I constantly say to the people around me? Instead of being a consumer, instead of sitting there talking about television, instead of sitting there talking about the latest movies and the latest stars and the latest video game, and who cares? Who gives a damn? This is not important in life, okay? What we could be doing instead is producing, okay? It doesn't take a lot of effort to produce, and I'll give you a simple example. What does it mean by producing? Instead of watching a movie, you can make a movie. Go out and interview your grandmother. Go out and interview an interesting person that you know, even your friend. Put it up on YouTube, okay? Go out and take pictures rather than watching pictures on television, okay? Go out and, if you like programming, build a video game or build a program rather than just playing a video game. Okay, there's many easy ways to be a producer rather than a consumer. I'll just give you one very easy, simple way, okay? I have a friend whose name is Richie, and he constantly makes these little video clips when he's running around the city doing his job. His job is doing deliveries. He constantly makes these video clips and he sends them to me. And I decided at a certain point, rather than just watch them, I used to show them to myself and a couple of friends, I'll actually upload them to YouTube and start a YouTube channel, and who knows where it can go. Maybe other people enjoy it, who knows, maybe even someday we could, charge a fee on the YouTube channel and make some money off of it. I don't know. But the point is that that's an example of doing a little thing to produce rather than consume. Every time you're sitting down and you're consuming, think to myself, instead of consuming something, passively sitting and absorbing, what can I do to produce? Even if it's a tiny little thing, writing a little poem, journaling, calling a friend, planting a vegetable or a flower or a fruit, or taking a picture and uploading it to your Facebook account, anything. By doing that, you're producing rather than consuming. Let me finish off with this thought, which is that when you consume, you're a taker. You take, you absorb, okay? Taking is an act associated with selfishness, associated with passiveness, okay? When you're producing, you're giving, okay? You're giving out to others, you're giving out to the world, you're expressing yourself to the world. Giving is an act that's associated with activeness, with activity. It's something that is associated with not being selfish, with putting something out there rather than taking something in. So with that thought, I will close on this idea of producing rather than consuming. This has been Hakham Melech ben Ya'aqov of Karaite Insights, coming to you from the middle of nowhere, kind of, and out here in beautiful nature with a beautiful waterfall behind us. and I thank you for listening.